Did
The
that.
power of education.
And this was a hard boss for me as a kid.
Yeah.
This was like,
here.
oh shit.
My dad is impossibly terrible at video games.
What
He
the hell?
died to Goma many times.
Oh, I have to. Now I'm probably gonna like eat my words and because I don't really remember her pattern. I can't. Keep forgetting to press the C buttons to activate them. Okay.
I really like how it turns green when the sun is
Yeah.
And just, it looks so cool, the vibrant colors on it, but, you know, it's this crazy arachnid type creature.
And bubbles come out of it when you attack her. It is
I guess
female, isn't it? I'm gonna do this thing.
Yeah, Queen Goma. Isn't it Queen Goma?
Yeah, it's Queen Goma. Parasitic
and
armored
she
arachnid.
is laying eggs, so there's a...
Yeah. I remember, I think I told you this too, but as a kid when I was killing those, I'd be like, oh, there goes Johnny, and not Billy.
Yeah, you told me.
There
goes Johnny.
Not Billy and shit like that. I would sit there and talk to myself when I played bosses, because when I fought bosses, because I get so uncomfortable, I just have to sit there and say shit.
There goes Johnny.
There goes Goma.
And the way their body just fucking dissolves and...
I know, dude, that... And when that music played, I was like, holy shit, you know, like, what the hell did I just do?
And just this heart is so satisfying. You're like,
know.
I get another one?
Yeah, I didn't think you'd get another one. I'm like, I get it, and then that appears, it's like, what the hell's this?
And then, of course, like, oh, if this isn't, you know, completely appealing to me, you walk into glowing blue light and get taken away in a crystal.
I know that, and then you just get dropped outside, you know, and you're fine, and then you got that feeling, you know, oh shit, I just killed this boss, like, well done, Shelba. This part of the game fucking depressed me as a kid. Like, I would lay awake in the morning when I first woke up on Saturdays and just be depressed. Thou hast verily...
He was his only father.
Pretty much. Thou wouldst to be able to carry out my wishes.
The Deku's tree never spelled "you're" wrong. He was a great guy.
Oh yeah, this. I forgot all about this.
Yeah, this cutscene's pretty long.
Don't talk! No, I'm just kidding. And this is like, you know, I like how it goes into his mouth. And it's like, oh, it's that dude with the giant hand from earlier. It does, I always thought his hand looked gigantic in the cutscene where he shoots the key blast or whatever at Link.
I don't think he does. He looks that intimidating. Like, he's certainly not the most intimidating enemy in this game.
No.
His face kind of looks funny, but, you know, at the end of the game, he is fucking crazy. Like,
yeah.
It's like, this is the evil King Ganondorf. He's really seriously bad.
Dude, this right here. As a kid, forget about it. I was completely sold.
Yeah.
I was like, this game is fucking incredible. This was just fucking amazing to me. The goddesses and all that, and how they were surrounded in, you know, those fluorescent light, you know, and they're these golden naked chicks. Awesome. Yeah.
I can't help but think that they're flying Emmys.
So I'm like, actually, I haven't seen this in a long time, so I'm like all interested again.
I really like how it's not just like, this person created the fire, this person created the water, and this person created the earth. It's like, this person created the entire red earth, the other one created life,
yeah,
and the other one set the laws. That's awesome.
Look at this, dude. This looks like an undetailed Death Mountain, which I think is what it is.
That's awesome. Gave the spirit of law, like all the physical properties of the world was given by that goddess. That's awesome.
And that's just awesome too. Like you see this, it's just this, you know, dark mountainous area, and then she flies by, and there's a blue sky and the sun.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it does a really well. It does a really nice transition from that just completely, you know, empty landscape to how, like, detailed that sky was.
And then you see the fucking Triforce just floating in the sky with the rain falling down, you know, this blue light going through it.
And this is really the only time you actually see the Triforce, right?
Yeah, the Triforce is, it's almost like a red herring, because you think you're
Yeah.
going to be collecting it and all that, and you were originally intended to do it, at least I've heard, in the beta versions, like in the very first version of this game that got completely scrapped. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I think. Oh yeah, we talked about this before. Yeah.
It was a totally different game, and I've seen screenshots and stuff. It still looked like it still looked like it would have been good, but this, just can't. This is so much better.
And the Triforce, even though like when I look at it now, it's like 3 blocky golden triangles. It's hard to imagine how sacred that can really be, and like it seems like something some fan fiction would write about. But as a kid,
Yeah,
that was still like, well, God, that's crazy. How could such a thing exist?
I know, exactly. Especially when it's supposed to be like, the embodiment of the power of the goddesses,
Yeah.
which is like the dorkiest
He
thing
looks
I've ever
pretty
said.
pale in this shot.
Yeah, he does, and he's saying, I'll pass away soon. And dude,
Are you aware?
dude, they make giving you items really satisfying in this game. You really feel like, whoa, I just pulled off some crazy shit. And
Yeah,
that's
just
why.
how cool this fucking emerald looks.
Yeah, that's why I
All
was
the emeralds.
so upset with Twilight Princess when I'm fucking collecting tomatoes for a soup.
You always reference that.
Because
which is
that's
like,
when I stopped playing it.
Yeah, but that's so true. I don't think I still appreciated Twilight Princess. I think a little more than you do.
A
But
lot more than
that
I
is a
do.
really lame thing. I don't want to open up a treasure chest and get a tomato. It's like, oh, okay, now I just get fucking groceries from my treasure chest.
I know, and I didn't feel like I just got some, like, here you're getting this crazy emerald that you have to use to open up the door of time, and you got this big thing about the goddesses. The whole screen turned green for a second when you got it, then da-da-da-da, here's a fucking tomato. Anyways. The music stops and everything, and then his fucking skin crawls and he turns...
It's like the life is draining away
Yeah.
and just dead, completely stale. You know he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead, and she's all, let's go to Hyrule Castle!
Let's blow this joint.
Let's blow this joint. Fuck this
Hey, I have
dead
an
tree.
idea. He's dead now. Let's throw a party.
Let's throw a party in his mouth. It's not like anyone can kick us out.
I know this guy named Ganondorf, and you wouldn't believe how much he can drink.
Alright, I'm actually gonna stop for just a second and be right back.
No!
Alright. Anyway,
Well, uh,
let's get the fuck
oh my
out of
God,
here.
your pointer's on the screen!
Oh man! Alright. I can't get past. What the hell?
God, let's retire this Let's Play.
You stop right there. I'm Mido. Mido just seems like some bitchy Irish guy. Oh, I forgot what's coming up, dude. We got a pretty special moment coming up here.
What an annoying little fucking punk I thought he was. I was like,
Yeah, I know.
I'm a hero. I tried to save him. How unappreciative you are.
Yeah, I fucking hated Mido back in the day. Now, I don't give a shit, but also, when I had trouble just getting the sword and shield, I was like, what the fuck? I would always go back, and he wouldn't let me through. Even though he straight up says, you can't pass without a sword and shield, I would still, not have both things, and then be like, why the hell won't this guy let me pass?
But it is kind of cool how, no, it is cool how, and pretty redeeming of his character. And, that's actually really cool how they put it in the game, but he's there after 7 years of chaos, just guarding Saria. Like, he cares about her that much.
Yeah, and he looks the same. Like, you really get the feeling these guys haven't aged.
Yeah.
I like this right here, how he's finally gone, although he still is, like, standing in guard mode. Oh, he's not guarding you anymore. Anyways, let's go to the next realm.
You did miss some, upgrades of, like, Slingshot and Deku Nuts in the Lost Woods.
Well, I guess I'll be going right back in a second, then.
You don't have to get them.
No, you're right. I want to get them.
Okay, you're leaving. No, I'm coming back.
No, actually, I remember I need to get my Slingshot upgrade. I remember when I was watching this for the first time, I was actually with my uncle. I don't know why he was there. It's not like me and him are close at all.
He's always there.
I think he was just sitting there while I was playing. I remember, like, Saria looking so serious.
Yeah.
was getting, like, as a kid, emotional shit would get to me.
And you and I have talked a lot about this scene, so I'm sure we both have a lot to say.
I mean, just that, look at how fucking serious she is.
Yeah.
She's so upset, too, and, eyes closed deeply and pulsating.
She looks really mature as well. It's not just some kid. This is some, like, look at how mature. She looks like a grown woman with a 50s haircut.
Yeah. And she's, like, saying, she's saying mature things, like, we can still be friends, right? And that really got to me. Like, I was sitting here, like, really feeling this as a kid, and my uncle was just, like, sitting there, like, well, what the hell, are you gonna go, or what?
You can see how delicate her hands are here.
They're one polygon.
They look like
and
bagels.
This right here, dude, the music and Link's just staring at this.
Yeah, look how nice she looks too. She's just like looking so. I'm just happy that you exist, Link.
She looks like like a really supportive girlfriend. She's got that look in the eye of a really supportive girlfriend. And
yeah, fuck that. They're not graphically limited. They're great at faces. They knew exactly what they're doing.
I mean, yeah,
developers were gods.
Yeah, you can see what she's like. She doesn't just look like fine or normal. She looks like pleased but unhappy at the same time.
Yeah,
and then
like worried and uncomfortable with the situation. She doesn't want it to happen, but very supportive and caring.
Yeah.
Oh God, listen.
I know.
Anyways, another thing what was the joke we made? I'll say it when he does it.
Okay.
But actually, it's not true what we made. But
well, go ahead and make the joke anyway when he does it, because I don't even remember.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to hit A eventually.
Well, what I was saying is, I want to say one more thing. Well, again, how good this game is at making you feel like you really accomplished something, because when you got that item, this music, at first it's built up with such seriousness, and a cutscene played, which when I was a kid, a cutscene playing meant a big deal, especially if I wasn't expecting one. And then the music, this oh my God, look what I did music plays, and then the camera pans around him, and he's holding this glistening ocarina, like, holy shit, and then you see her, like, bittersweet expression. All from getting this ocarina that you ultimately throw away.
Yeah, it's awesome how fascinated Link is with it, like, he's excited, you're gonna be fucking excited.
Yeah. Like the guy that you're controlling is like, look what I got.
And then you start playing the ocarina and it's like, this is an actual, like, instrument.
Yeah,
it's playing a bunch of music.
You end up using it all the time.
Yeah, it's not a story quest. You can just start playing music, and that's an awesome part of the game. Playing notes that do different things.
This dude, I mean, I'm laughing at it now, but as a kid, it fucking got to me.
What was the dialogue that she said, like, please make sure you return us something. And the joke that I made one time that was funny to us was like, and then he doesn't come back at all until 7 years. Something like that. But I wasn't looking on the dialogue, so that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at the dialogue either. I didn't think it would end yet. I remembered it differently. What? Well? Well,
I'm sorry, I didn't want that to happen. I want to roleplay it differently.
And then she's not here, and that was kind of depressing,
Yeah, that's too. It's also kind of mysterious, but it's how video games work. But it's also just like mysterious. But then when you explore that feeling poetically, it's very depressing.
And gay. No, no, I agree with you completely. It is. When you explore the feeling, it is depressing.
Yeah, and I knew exactly how stupid sounded, but where
I want to say something though before I completely forget. When I finally did that, when I walked out there and I saw, and because it wasn't just like an hour or whatever like it was now, it took me a couple days as a kid. And when I finally got out there to that place that I had seen in the opening, and it was this whole, like, it doesn't look like the Kokiri Forest, and, you're not having your hand held at all anymore, and it's this big, like, open field with all these entrances and places you can't go yet, with this big castle off in the distance. It was awesome.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. You just step out. You've been kind of cramped at this point in this area, going through giant logs, and it's not a beautiful transition going from a log, like going from Kokiri Forest, a very distinct forest, through a log and then into a giant plain of grass and paths. It's not a beautiful transition, but I honestly think it works because, the way logs work in this game, you don't know what the hell is going to come out on the other side. So it's not like it just went from the Kokiri Forest through a path and then out of the place, but also just how cool it is. You gotta get it in the center several times.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't get it in the center. This
But you,
this control stick is really finicky.
anyway, it's just you look out on that landscape and see how huge it is, and you're actually playing the game. So you realize you can go anywhere from there. You know, that's really cool. A really cool feeling.
Yeah, me too. Like I loved it when you could do that, where you saw something and you know you can't get to it. It's like, where's that at? And then you eventually get there. That was really cool to me. And then that's
like
the huge hub world.
I like the charming attitude of that Deku scrub too. I don't even remember his dialogue. I just remember he just says something like, "Wow, you're a pretty good shot, kid." And
Yeah.
here, let me just give you this.
Here, you can take this.
Yeah, I'd like he says something like, "Oh, I've never seen anyone do that." And then you get to all these ideas of like who else has been playing that.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
how
what
many
kind of
people?
community
Yeah,
exists in this forest.
I'd never thought of that before. You're right. How many people are coming back to this forest and trying to do that and they can't pull it off?
Yeah, and I really like the design for Skull Kid. My favorite character in the Zelda series, just for design sake, and I guess character qualities as well. But I just like the way they look, really cool, and especially the one that gets Majora's Mask and everything.
Yeah.
But just they're like these mystical, almost mythological creatures, these scarecrows, with their like black faces and beady eyes and then beaks, and those really cool outfits.
Yeah, and they're playing these instruments, and you walk
like
up, and they're like, "Here, play this," and they're just standing on these these trees, like.
And those fucking logs look cool as hell to me as a kid.
And they don't appear until you walk up, so it also makes them more ambiguous and like magical.
Yeah, and then you have the rays of light shining down, and the like spores and sprites flying around.
It's honestly kind of like, this is gonna sound not quite like what I mean, but like you're in heaven, because it's just like how heaven's always described,
Also, just like the serene quality of it all.
Yeah, it's really relaxed.
It's like a heaven-like place, or like maybe not specifically Christian heaven, but paradise.
Yeah, a magical, like mythological paradise.
Yeah. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, just the story. I found that was relative to this. I was one time during final weeks last week. I went to this park to go study because I just was so sick of seeing a bunch of people all the time. And then a bunch of kids came to the park. Okay, you know what I'll just say? A bunch of Asian kids came to the park, and that was when like Ching Chong was really funny to me. So like the second they all unloaded and started running rampant all over the place because they're packed with who knows how much energy children can actually store, probably more than the sun, but they start running crazy, and I just said, look at all the little Ching Chongs running around. But besides that racist thought, it was just really harmless and funny to me, but who cares about that. They found this stump, and they were going around with giant sticks too, and like one of them was swinging around this giant stick, and he took it from his friend, and you just see the kid run back to his mom like, this guy took my favorite stick, just how ridiculous that is. And then they eventually all found this huge stump. All of them freaked out. The kid that found it yelled like he was fucking screaming bloody murder. Just yelled at how excited he was to the stump. And they're all around this stump, smacking their arms on it like it's like some kind of tribal ritual. They were just so fascinated with how cool that was. And just to remember that childlike innocence and the fascination with things is completely personified by this game.
I agree.
Just a stump can be fucking crazy, something really awesome to you.
And yeah, when I was a kid, I was like that. Like, just a stump would be something really amazing to me.
Yeah.
Like, I would go around and I would look at things and try and find something like really like crazy about it. And sometimes I could. I'll elaborate more, and I'm not trying to completely remember this.
Finally, have something to talk about because this is going on for a while. Oh, come on. That's Price is Right.
I want to get this piece of heart. That's what they give you, right?
I don't even remember.
I normally don't get this one, actually.